you shared about optimizing supply chains. And one thing kept popping up,
Oh, yeah. What's that?
this confusion between sourcing and procurement. They often get used, like they're the same thing.
Ah, yes. That happens all the time. It's a really common point of confusion.
Right. But they're critically distinct. So for today's deep dive, we thought we'd really unpack that difference. Because understanding it isn't just like a vocabulary test.
No, definitely not.
It feels pretty strategic, especially for those of you leading procurement teams.
That's absolutely spot on. Getting clear on this is, well, it's fundamental if you want to build resilient, cost-effective supply chains. It boosts agility.
How so?
Well, clarity here. It directly helps cut costs. It means you can price your own products more competitively. And honestly, it just positions your company for way more success.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Maybe start with sourcing. What exactly is that?
Good place to start. Sourcing is fundamentally strategic. It's the whole process of finding, evaluating, and then selecting the suppliers your company needs.
So finding the right partners.
Exactly. The focus is really on long-term partnerships, stability, quality, resilience. It's not just about chasing the lowest price tag.
Yeah, I think that's a common misconception.
It is. Good sourcing weighs price against quality, sure, but also reliability, innovation capacity, even sustainability goals now.
And does it actually save money?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
When you run a transparent, competitive sourcing process, the savings can be significant. We often see savings north of 10% compared to what was paid before.
Okay, so what does that process actually look like, briefly?
Sure. It's quite structured. You start by identifying your requirements, what you actually need. Then you do market research.
Like RFIs and RFQs.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Requests for information, RFIs, to get a general feel for supplier capabilities. Then requests for quotation, RFQs for specific pricing on what you need.
When you choose someone.
Well, you evaluate the responses, negotiate terms, and then select your supplier or suppliers. But crucially, it doesn't end there.
Ah, okay.
There's an ongoing monitor performance stage. You nurture the good relationships, or, if they're not meeting the mark consistently, you strategically replace them.
Okay, so sourcing finds the partner, sets up the relationship. What happens next? Is that where procurement comes in?
That's exactly it. Procurement takes the baton, so to speak. Think of procurement as the engine room.
The engine room, okay.
Yeah. It ensures the goods and services actually get to the organization.
Mm-hmm.
On time, within budget. It's the broader end-to-end process of actually acquiring things.
So it includes sourcing.
Yes, sourcing is part of it, usually the upfront part. But procurement covers everything that follows. Internal purchase requests, managing the contracts, the actual ordering, dealing with invoices, making payments.
The whole operational journey.
The whole journey. Identifying needs, creating requisitions, maybe some market research again, shortlisting suppliers, often building an approved supplier list, an ASL.
Right.
Then issuing purchase orders, POs, managing contracts actively, handling invoice approvals, payments. It's definitely not just buying stuff. It's far more complex.
Okay, so boiling it down for our listeners in procurement, what's the absolute key difference they need to remember?
Okay, think of it like this. Sourcing is the strategic front end. Finding, evaluating, awarding business. It asks, who are the best long-term partners?
The who.
Procurement is the full picture. From that sourcing decision all the way through payment and managing the supplier relationship day to day, it asks, what do we need and how do we get it efficiently and compliantly?
What and how. Got it.
And importantly, sourcing needs procurement's data on how suppliers are actually performing to make smart decisions about who to keep or replace. They have to work together.
That integration seems key. I can see how friction happens if they don't sync up.
Exactly. Missed opportunities, damaged relationships, all sorts of problems can arise when those lines get blurred or they don't communicate.
This is where technology must play a huge role now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here with e-sourcing, e-procurement.
Oh, absolutely. Here's where it gets really interesting. Technology has transformed both areas.
How so? With e-procurement specifically?
Well, e-procurement isn't just one tool. It's more like a full digital ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
It integrates sourcing, purchasing, supplier management, often payments too, into one workflow.
Streamlining things.
Yes, but it's more than just efficiency. It shifts procurement from being seen as just operational, maybe a cost center, to being a strategic, data-driven nerve center.
How does it do that?
Think automation handling things like RFQs and POs. Think data analytics giving you deep insights into spending patterns and risks. AI starting to predict supplier issues or optimize negotiations.
Wow.
plus digital platforms for collaboration, tools to track sustainability or ESG compliance. It makes the whole process smarter, much more transparent, and frees up professionals like you to focus on strategy, not paperwork.
So bringing it all together for you listening, especially if you're in a procurement leadership role dealing with today's messy supply chains, getting this distinction clear between sourcing and procurement, it's not just academic theory. It sounds crucial.
It absolutely is. For minimizing risks, finding real cost savings, and just making your whole organization more adaptable, more agile in these volatile markets.
Which leads to a final thought, maybe a question for you to consider.
Yeah, this raises an important question, really. For your organization, specifically, how can you better align and leverage both sourcing and procurement, especially using modern tech?
How can that help you gain that competitive edge, build more resilient supply chains?
Exactly. And maybe think about what specific area in your current operations could benefit most right now from applying this clarity. Where's the biggest opportunity for you?
A great question to reflect on. Thanks everyone for joining us for this deep dive.